Turandot is one of the most popular operas in the repertoire. It is famous for scenes of great opulence. It is set in quote-unquote ancient China. A lot of times it is designed to make the most of whatever that puts to mind when you think about an ancient royal regime. This production is different.
We've assembled a magnificent design team. First of all, the set is designed by Wilson Chin and with Linda Cho, the costume designer. We really first started out with, what kind of world is this?
The world is decaying. It's an industrial world in which it's like gritty and grimy, and it just feels like it's on the brink of being destroyed.
We built this world together. We talked about fascism, we talked about the 1950s, we talked about an industrial world.
The look of this Turandot is austere, imposing, and yet ceremonially grand. People coming to see this opera will recognize the uniforms.
The general idea is we have this fascist created uniform that is inspired by various regimes, North Korea, China, Russia, and then reinterpreted with my own vocabulary artistically.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, and then
we looked at images of power plants and industrial grittiness stamping out nature. With the set design, I tried to capture the brutality, the grittiness, the visceralness of the piece, and nature trying to come through. So in our set design, we have this huge superstructure, but behind it, we see the sun trying to get through this eclipse. It's very cold, and we don't get the sun until the very end.
So the gray to me is classic uniform and military. I like the detachment of that cool palette. And then for the refugees, I like the warm sepia colors, like old-fashioned photographs. Also the reference to dirt and to the journey that they've suffered as refugees. And then for the riddle scene, you'll see a sea of red just to show that impact.
The way this production is envisioned, the people who come with these hapless princes are left in this country as refugees. They are depicted as coming from different countries, and Calaf is no different. He is dressed in clothes of travel. He's got an overcoat on. He has a pair of boots.
I wanted him to stand out visually. Where you see a sea of gray, you'll see a sea of sepia and warm brown tones. He will stand out in his blue.
What I find interesting about the three looks for Turandot is that they, more than anything else, help set this show in sort of a mid-20th century place. They're very fitted at the waist. They're very tailored.
Some of the aspects, some of the accessories are carried through the different uniforms. So we see some elements of uniform, but also of her status to indicate that she is the princess of the realm.
We have worked almost a year on this production, and it's going to be distilled into a very cohesive show that tells a wonderful story. And I want the audience who's going to see this Turandot to get a sense of all the work that went into it.